Yeah, I think results like that results like that, games like that don't happen when you're winning. I think when you're winning, you go on and you go on win those games, and the luck probably goes with you. I think we hit the post with the bar, 2 decisions, 2 for their goals looked offside. We had a penalty turned down, but they happen when you're not on a good run. From my perspective, performance level was much better, and we can take a little bit of hope from that. The negatives are, yes, they may have been offside, but we didn't defend one long ball, and in this league, if you don't defend a long straight ball, you're going to be in trouble all the time. So from that point of view, technically there's something to work at, but that also comes from back fours playing together and lads playing together, and we're having this issue at the minute where there's constant holidays. There's 2 more today, there's 1 more next week, and we can't get a settled side. Until that happens, it's different bodies there all the time, and when that continuity comes, I'm sure the performance in terms of us defensively will improve. The performance on the whole today was much better. We obviously had the training game in the week. We've changed shape to go more like a 4-4-2, which has benefited us in terms of our football. I think anybody that's seen the game, obviously it was only a friendly on Wednesday night, but the game today we played much better football. We retained the football much better because we're a little bit closer together. I think the lads look a bit more comfortable with it. But changing formation mid-season is difficult. I think we came in, changed personnel, changed formation. If we'd have had this in different spell in pre-season, we would have changed 4-4-2 before the season started, probably to go a bit more back to basics. But because pre-season went so well, we decided that we'd continue to go with it. We've given it a bit of time now. That shape hasn't quite worked for us. So we're changing. We're not just going to keep going until something happens. We'll try and make it happen. So the formation's changed slightly. I don't think that had a lot to do with the game today. It was, like I said, the goals came from one long straight ball which needs to be resolved. But other than that, by far our best performance. Yeah, obviously Deck left last week. Unfortunately, Bowie followed that. That wasn't obviously something that we wanted to happen. So that leaves us a forward down. We spent a bit of time having a look at that this week. We have put an approach in Kingsley for Frohawk, but he's not the only one we're looking at. Obviously, like I said, we've changed shape now. So we've set up to play a 4-3-3 and now we're having a look at a 4-4-2. So potentially we haven't quite got the personnel to that maybe we need to adjust to that. And obviously the glaring thing is, you know, both Matty and Cobby have done really well wide, and we're asking them to do a centre forwards role at the minute, which isn't ideal for them. So we do need to adjust, and we will keep looking at it. But the problem is, you know, I'm not going to just bring someone in for the sake of it. They have to be a player that's good enough to improve us. Obviously today Alpha's come with us because he's been doing well for the reserves, and you know, for someone to come in, they've got to be better than what Danny's got with the reserves. I think Jack Brand showed within the last week that given his opportunity, he stepped up to the mark, particularly in a 4-4-2, and I thought he was excellent again today. So we will look at what's here first, but we are active constantly, literally speaking to 6 or 7 players over the next week to make sure we get someone in that we need. In addition to that, it appears that Stuart Walls broke his foot today, the injury that's kept him out for so long. So obviously we're another defender down now, and that's obviously another situation we'll have to look at. It summed today up really. It was a day where it couldn't have gone much worse for us in terms of luck, and that sometimes happens. But I suppose the positive from my point of view is I think the lads, their attitude was good today, and it was good after the game. The responses I got were what I wanted, and they need to take the performance and then hopefully build on it and get the results. Yeah, another tough game. I think it's another one of the sides that were fancied earlier in the season. We've been given a set of fixtures early on the season with sides at the top end, and that's, while we're trying to gel together, that's difficult because, you know, when you're playing sides lower down the division, you know, when you give them a chance, they maybe don't take it, and maybe the goalkeeper doesn't make the saves that they made today, or the defending they made today when we were creating chances. So, yeah, it's tough because those fixtures, you know, keep coming and keep testing us. But you've got to play everybody. So there's no point whinging about it. We've got to get, we've got to turn this run of form around. It's, the results are nowhere near good enough. The fact that today we were very unlucky, it still doesn't, take away from the fact that we've lost games in the last few. If we'd have got the results we should have done over the last 3 or 4 weeks, today would have been just one of them things we were unlucky. But unfortunately, it's another defeat in a run of, defeats. And so you can feel sorry for yourselves and say we had no luck. You can feel sorry and say the fixtures are tough. But that's what it is. And whilst we're continuing to try and get the side together, we're having to play the better sides in the league. When we have that run against the lesser sides, we need to take advantage of that. I think like today we were due to play a Division 1 side in the League Cup, and that gets rearranged, and you're playing a top 6 side that, have just come off the back of a good FA Cup win last week. So, yeah, things aren't going our way. There's 1 or 2 ways to go about it. You feel sorry for yourselves and you bury your head in the sand and just expect something to happen, or you make it happen. We'll be working this week on making sure technically the goals that have happened today don't happen again. And I personally be working really hard to bring players in. We've changed shape. There will need to be some new squad in. I'm not just going to sit back and just let things happen. We'll work really hard this week to make sure when we're there next Saturday we'll be ready for it.